Today we'll be looking at how to join into a Google meeting using a Cisco room system. Specifically, I'll be using a Cisco rootkit, and I'll be joining into a Google meeting using Pexip's Google Interop service. So first, let's just take a look at a Google invite. Now, if I schedule a Google Meet meeting from the Outlook plugin or from Google Calendar, I'll get the familiar Google Meet joining info. I'll have my hyperlink as well as the phone number down below to dial in. Now, this is great for web clients and people joining from their desktops, but not so much for Cisco rootkits or systems that can dial SIP. This is where Pexip's Interop service comes into play. So after implementing Pexip's Interop service, we can see that we get additional dial-in information in the Google Meet invite. I can now join using SIP, and this is what the Cisco rootkit will use to join. So the next thing I want to do is simply add my room to the list of invites or as a location. And in my case, my room name is Josh Estrada, but you could imagine that this would maybe be called boardroom@company.com. I'll go ahead and send this invite to the room's calendar, and then let's take a look at the rootkit's touch panel. Now that I've sent the invite to the room system, I can see that I have a join button on the touch panel. So this is using Pexip's one-touch join service to read the room mailbox and present me with a join button. Let's go ahead and join the meeting now. And there we go. So now we're joined into the Google meeting as a native participant. We can see all the other participants across both screens. So my rootkit here is dual monitor, and on the left I have my monitor 1, and on the right I have my monitor 2. And you can see that the Pexip Google Interop service will spread the participants between both screens. So you can see we also have some notifications here. We have an audio-only participant up at the top. That's myself in the web client, and I've muted my video, so I will show up as an audio participant notification. We have the microphone mute notification and the speaker mute notification from the rootkit in the top right. So let's take a look at the Google client now. You can see that I'm coming in as a normal participant down here at the bottom. This is my rootkit. And so the experience from the web app is exactly the same. Let's go ahead and let Gemini take some notes for us in this meeting, as well as start the transcription. We'll see that the transcription has started. You'll also get an audio notification that transcription has started when this pops up. So we have the little quill at the top, and that will stay for the duration of the transcription so that everybody within the room knows that you're being transcribed. That way they know that Gemini is also taking notes during the call. Now, if we go back to my Google client, I can also start a recording. Let's go ahead and start recording. And we're now recording, transcribing, as well as taking notes with Gemini. Go ahead and close this out. And we'll take a look back over on our rootkit, and we'll see that we now have the recording notification as well. And if we look at the participants down here, we'll see this is me at the top in the web client, and down below, this is my room system, my rootkit, Josh Estrada. So again, showing up as a normal participant within the meeting. Okay, so now let's go ahead and share some content into the call. And so now I'm sharing content into the call from my web app. That content is then also being passed on from Google Meet to the rootkit. So if I'm in the room system, I now see all of the people being moved over to the left-hand display, and then I get content on the right-hand display. Now my content here is a little bit small just because I'm windowed, but if you are in full screen, this will be a 16:9 aspect ratio as well. And if we stop sharing content, we'll notice that our participants slide back over and dynamically adjust to both monitors. Okay, so now let's share content from the rootkit itself. I have my Mac Mini plugged into my rootkit as HDMI content in source. So let's go to the touch panel and select content, share, and we're going to share my PC in the call. And now we're seeing my Mac Mini PC. So this is coming through locally to the rootkit, and you'll notice all of our participants move over, but that content also comes through into the web client. So again, keeping that native Google Meet experience so that everybody in the Google Meet web app is able to see my content as well as on the rootkit itself. Now the rootkit also has AirPlay and Miracast sharing. All of that still works as well since that's talking directly to the rootkit, and then the rootkit is sharing that into the Google meeting. Let's go ahead and drop some of these participants and just watch these screens dynamically adjust. All right, so let's go ahead and end the transcription and recording and hang up the call, and then let's see what a single monitor experience looks like. Okay, so this time what we're gonna do is we're gonna join the meeting using just the meeting ID. Now, let's say that you were joining an external Google Meet meeting that didn't have the SIP details. And you can do that by taking the meeting ID here and plugging it into the ad hoc Google Meet join. So now in the touch panel, instead of using the calendar join like we did before, we're going to use this Google Meet button here. Now, this is a macro in the background. So behind this, Pexip is doing a little bit of magic to take this meeting ID and turn it into a SIP URI so that the Cisco Rootkit can dial in with the same experience. That's invisible to the user, so all they need to know is to plug in the meeting ID. Let's go ahead and click the button here and paste in that meeting ID. And we're going to click call. So let's click call and go ahead and hop over into the meeting. Okay, so we can see that it's calling, and we'll see that somebody's trying to get into the meeting. This is my Rootkit here. As I said, we'll be joining as a guest. So let's admit it. Should be coming in now. And there we go. So it's now admitted into the meeting, and we have the same experience we did before, only on a single monitor. Let's go ahead and add in some more participants. And there we go. So we have the same experience. We've got audio participant at the top. We have the mute statuses in the top right. The layout dynamically adjusts. And we're also being sent in as a normal participant into the Google Meet web app. Then once in here, we still get all of the good notifications, content sharing, content receiving, everything we did before on the dual monitor setup. Okay, so let's go ahead and end this call. Now, what you couldn't see while in the meeting was the touch panel itself. So on the Cisco touch panel, we can also load a meeting control macro that Pexip provides. When we load that meeting control macro, we're able to then see participants while in the meeting, including any participants on the web app, as well as control the layout and spotlight participants. So it's another great way to give you more control from the Rootkit while in the Google meeting itself. Now, one last thing about the Google Interop service is what's great is you can completely self-host this yourself by way of Pexip Infinity. That way you own all of the call control, all of the media, and everything in between, or you can consume it as a service on Pexip Shared Service. Either way, you'll get the same great layout and same great experience from your Cisco Rootkits. Well, that's going to do it for the Google Interop demo. Please reach out with any questions. Thanks.